can walk through London with a t-shirt saying Jesus is gay and nothing will happen to me. If I did the same thing with the Islamic prophet, I'd be dead before I got to the end of the street. Boom. That's how much they believe and respect. And I respect people who stick up for what they believe in. Yeah. It's not even about me believing in it. I respect them because they believe and they will defend. Muslims are the only people who will defend their religion. They will defend their beliefs. They refuse to be mocked. They refuse to be insulted. And I respect that about them. I respect that. That's an amazing thing about them. Because Muslims are intolerant. And I'm not saying that disrespectfully. Because if you're tolerant of everything, then you stand for nothing. Yeah. Christians are so tolerant now that you can go to church. These girls will get on a Saturday night and go to church on a Sunday morning.
This is so true.
And it's no big deal, right?
This is so
you
true.
Don't believe it. They have gay pastors that I'm not even anti-gay, but if the book says don't have, like, what the what do you believe in now?
You're right,
If you're tolerant of everything, you stand for nothing. If you have a problem with feminism, Islam will fix it. If you have a problem with your wife,
Islam fixes everything.
Islam fixes a lot of the problems.
Not a lot, it fixes everything.
Facing. The problems we're discussing on this show, Islam fixes all. That's the first thing about Islam. And I'm not a Muslim, right? If I had to choose a religion, I would, because I live in an Orthodox Christian country, I go to the Orthodox Christian church. I donate $20,000 a month to the church in the country I live in. The church in Romania is very powerful, and I like having church friends. So I give them a lot of money, right? So I would guess I'm an Orthodox Christian. But if I had to bet on one religion as if I were betting on the stock market for the future, you have to bet on Islam. And the third point is, and I've been all around the world, some of the best countries in the world today are the first world Muslim nations. Qatar, you can go to Qatar, you can fall asleep with $1 million on your lap in the middle of the street. Nothing's gonna happen.
Saudi Arabia as well.
These countries are very safe.
UAE, nothing's
They leave their cars parked with the keys inside.
It's so safe.
Wow.
It's so safe. Women, everyone's married. Every woman obeys her husband. Every single woman has 4, 5, 6 kids. Big families. All the things we're talking about, all the problems we have here, right? They've got none of that. None of it. Because of Islam. Islam keeps society in the role where women obey their man, women have children, women have big families, women are exceptionally happy to do so.
Okay, so some of Muslim girls think that Western girls are very happy, they are having an amazing life. But trust me, these girls are not even near to happiness, because these girls lose their virginity in their teenagers, and until they get married, their body count is so high. They have different boy every single night. They have different boy on their bed, and none of these boys ever marry these girls, because I don't want to say this, but because these boys think these girls are nothing but a prostitute. They consider them nothing but a prostitute. So then when they get into a relationship, they waste 3 to 4 years, and then they break up. Again they get into a relationship. Again they waste 3 to 4 years. Again they break up. Again they get into a relationship. Waste 3 to 4 years, and again they break up. And when they get into their 40s, they are nothing but just a broke single mother. On the other side, you Muslim girls, you get married, you obey your husband, you have 4 to 5 children, you have a home, a family, a loving husband, children, a kin. So never let these modern Western girls to be fool you. Never let these modern society to deceive you, because they themselves are getting destroyed. Like their population is decreasing. Like they don't get married, or if they get married, they never have a successful marriage life. Or if they have a successful marriage life, they have only 2 children, so they themselves are getting destroyed. So never ever consider them, because you are 100 times more happy than them, because they destroy their life. At the end they have nothing. They just destroyed this life and afterlife as well.
Before some Western girl comes in here and runs her mouth, the Islamic women are happier than any you're gonna see in the club tonight.
They're very true.
They're happy. Society is functioning. Their population is growing, because in most Western countries, the population is declining.
Tim Cass was talking about it today. I was talking about it.
People have 1 kid. Doesn't work. Doesn't work, right? 2 people need to have 3.1 kids, because people die, right? People die prematurely, blah, 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 blah. So we have population problems in the West. They have none of the population problems. Society is functioning, and that's what society is. Society starts at the smallest possible group. You got families, and families make a street, and that street makes a village, and that village makes a town, that town makes a city, and that city makes a country. So if it's broken at the very fundamental level, the family level is broken, then it's broken the whole way up.
Yep.
And that's what's happened in the West. And the first world Islamic countries have none of those problems.
Yeah.
So if you're going to talk about a belief system that fixes issues, you need to go to Islam.
And I will say
That
this
will
too.
fix everything. So I just have absolute, even though I wouldn't identify as Muslim, I have absolute respect for the ideology, respect for the mentality, respect for the warrior aspect of it. I respect them.
They don't play.
They don't play. You can't insult their, but you can insult the church all day. You can make fun of. There's a f***ing show on Netflix about a gay Jesus. That's a joke, right? Ha ha ha. And what do the Christians do? Nothing. Christianity is a dead religion. If you're a Christian, and I'm saying this as a Christian myself, Christianity is a dead religion which is confined to the history books. It's dying out. Your own Pope. The Pope goes up there and talks LGBTQ.
That's crazy.
It is over.
That's
You don't
crazy.
stand for anything. You don't believe in anything. You have no boundaries. You're walked on. You're mocked. The whole thing is a joke. Being a Christian now is nothing more than advertising you're a loser. It's a losing religion because you've lost to Islam. That's the future of religion.
What's your thought on Islam?
I think it's the last religion on the planet.
You think it's the right religion?
I think it's the last religion. So if it's the last true religion on the planet, then it has to be the correct one. Because I don't think
How is it the last one?
It's the last religion because no other religion has boundaries which they enforce. If you will tolerate everything, then you stand for nothing. If you're
I love this line. Like, if you tolerate everything, you stand for nothing. This is so true.
a Christian, 99% of Christians are ignoring every single rule inside the Bible. I believe in God, but I don't believe in that part. That's not what the book says. It doesn't say ignore half of me. It says follow me.
No.
Only Muslims follow their book.
No, true.
So they're the last religion.
Isn't there a lot of Muslims that don't follow the Quran too, though?
I'm sure there's a lot of Muslims who don't completely follow the Quran. But I'm saying that if you were to go out there and try and find Muslims who live true to the Quran completely, you can find them.
No diss for any religion, but like, dude, you're not gonna find a Muslim slut. Like,
That's right.
Like a woman that's Muslim that's.
There's Muslim sluts out there.
I'm sure there are, but I'm saying the point he's making is you can find a bunch of women who adhere to Islam who are still virgin to the age of 25 waiting for an arranged marriage.
Oh, yeah,
You will not find that under Christianity.
100%.
You can find some. Yeah, you can find a couple. But you're right, there's probably more Muslims that follow.
Christianity has no power left. If the book says man and women lay together, and then the Pope is going to stand up now and saying that you can be a gay preacher, the book doesn't mean anything now. So the whole religion doesn't mean anything. So the rules don't mean anything.
Yeah.
It's different with Islam. With Islam, you can't get away with it. Even if you're saying that there's some Islam sluts, etc., fine, that's cool. But people don't stand up and openly disrespect Islam.
Yeah.
Because they're afraid. So once again, if you don't have rule systems and doctrines and beliefs and prophets which people are afraid to mock, are you even a religion? People won't disrespect Islam.
Can I ask you a question? Did you convert to Muslim?
So here he converted to Islam. MASHALLAH.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful. I didn't know. They were asking did you convert to Muslim. That's what I arranged it. Did you convert to Islam?
I don't want to make any political points about how Jews are disrespectful to Muslims as a whole, so I'll let that one slide.
MASHALLAH.
Yes, I did convert to Islam.
Wait, can I make something very clear, sir? I'm really sorry that if in any way Jews are disrespectful to Muslims. I love everybody, no matter what you are, who you are, what color scheme you are, what religion you practice. I don't care what you do, what your beliefs are. I love you for people. I don't look at skin. I don't look at any of that shit. So please don't.
Good.
Thank you.
Good. Me too. So it's good to hear that.
So okay, you converted to Islam. How's that? How's that going for you?
It's a beautiful religion, and it's the only way to truly find God, because I believe God is a strong, fearsome force, and I think that not enough religions respect him in that regard or understand him in that way. And especially in the West, many religions are watered down to the point of basically insignificance. Nobody takes them seriously or adheres to their commandments and parameters, whereas Islam is very different, and I think that's how God should be worshipped, with red lines. I think that there should be lines of things you're allowed to do and not allowed to do, and they should not be crossed. It's very interesting, the world we live in now. We preach tolerance, but really what we're only preaching tolerance for is absolute degeneracy. They'll say you need to be tolerant. Tolerance is a good thing, agreed, but there has to be a red line where being tolerant is simply detrimental to your heart, your spirit, and society. You can't sit and be tolerant of everything to the point where absolute degeneracy is purported and advertised and accelerated. Where they're going to sit and say pedophilia is okay now as a sexual orientation. I don't think that's okay or fair, and I'm not going to be tolerant of certain things. I think that is tolerance is weaponized to destroy the spirituality and the morality of humans. You're no longer allowed to have moral red lines because that makes you intolerant in the eyes of the Matrix, and it is a lie. And this is how they've got society to this point. Aiden, I don't know if you understand that the Western world that you live in is failing. It's failing as a society. It's failing as an experiment. Every single thing about it is getting worse. Every metric that can be measured is getting worse in real time. It's getting more dangerous. People are less happy. People are having less families. Every single thing about the Western world is done. It is not the future. The future of the world is in other places because the Western world is an experience. The experiment has failed because of this idea of tolerance. And if you look at the people who are most famous, look at some of the Twitch streamers out in LA. The most famous people are not people of good moral standing. They're not people of strong convictions. They're not masculine men prepared to fight and defend a society. They're absolutely and utterly degenerate idiots. And America as a whole is pretty much finished and done now. In the next 50 years, it's going to be completely unlivable. Every single city is going to be on fire. And I don't know why nobody else pretends that they can't see this. It's just on its way out, and it's on its way out because people have forgotten God. That's what's happened. It doesn't cross anybody's mind.
Forgotten
what's
God.
happening
So
around
true.
them is it's unacceptable in the eyes of God. Do you understand me, or do I sound like a crazy man to you?
MASHALLAH, Andrew.
So I'm waiting for you here in Dubai. We'll go to the mosque together. It'll be beautiful.
Okay.
So I love this statement of Tate a lot because here he converted to Islam and he got Hidayah. So I pray all of you out there to get on the right path, get Hidayah from Allah. And thank you so much for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you so much.